1 week ago, I got Fiancé visa. My name is Dasha, and I just got my American K1 visa. It took me 21 months to get it, and here I want to share my experience because during the process I couldn't find a lot of updated information because there are a lot of changes right now in visa processes. Today I will give some tips what I would do differently maybe, but I'm not a lawyer, I just share my experience here. I want to start with why we chose exactly Fiancé visa, because there are a lot of people who travel to the US with tourist visa and marry inside the US. We didn't choose this way because we talked with 3 lawyers and a couple of people who's been in the same situation, and they all recommended us to go with K1 visa because basically if you as a tourist marry inside the US, you break the American law. Yes, I know that many people do it and they're kind of fine, but anyway they can get some problems inside the US. So it's completely up to you what way to choose and what to do. But again, if you marry inside the US being a tourist, you're breaking the American law. Why I'm talking about it? Because I've got many questions from my friends why we didn't go with a way that seems like easier. And again, I'm saying you're breaking the American law like this. A little bit of prehistory. I'm citizen of Russia and Israel. My fiance is American and Israeli citizen. So we met in Israel, we lived together in Israel while we were waiting for my visa. And I applied as an Israeli citizen. Firstly, I want to say about what worries I had. And it was one big worry that we had wedding that was not actually wedding. We didn't get married legally, of course, because I'm getting fiancé visa, not wife visa. But we had typical wedding, religious ceremony, a lot of guests. It's a long story why we did it, but basically it just was the best time for all our guests and for us. So we decided to celebrate wedding in April 2023, when I got fiancé visa in February 2024. And one lawyer told us that it's okay to submit to USCIS our wedding photos because it's completely fine. She said, we had cases like this, don't worry. And we did it. And then we talked with another lawyer after we submitted our photos. He said, no, don't do this. And of course we got very nervous because we said, well, we already submitted our wedding photos. We also added a letter of a rabbi that it was not a legal marriage, just a religious ceremony. But since that, I started to worry a lot about it. We really weren't married legally, but we had all these photos with me in a white dress and like just typical wedding photos. So we had 2 different opinions of 2 different lawyers, and it's what you should also know, that different lawyers give different information. And in the end, you see, it worked out for us. I got visa, I didn't get any questions about our wedding photos, everything was okay. But I also know stories where it turned out to be a reason of denial for visa. So I don't know what to recommend here, because in my case it worked out and everything was okay. You see that getting a fiancé visa takes almost 2 years now. And I think many couples who have families and friends in different countries just want to celebrate their wedding outside the US. and the same was with us. Okay, let's come to the most interesting part, timelines. Timelines are crazy because I want to tell my story. When we first applied in May 2022, we sent the petition. Firstly, US citizens sent the petition. So we sent the petition in May 2022. And I got visa in February 2024. And I want to tell our story first, that when we applied in May 2022, we thought it will take less time because official timeline was 6-11 months, which actually seemed a lot for us at that time. But anyway, 6-11 months. And after we applied, in a couple of months, they extended timelines. And it turned out to be 14 months. But as you see, in the end, it was much longer. It took me 21 months. So in May 2022, my fiancé sent the petition. Then in July 2023, they approved my case, USA approved my case, and they sent a request. Oh, I'm sorry, they didn't approve. They firstly accepted. They asked us for more evidences. So in July 2023, we submitted more evidences. And in August, they approved my case. After my case was approved, I had to get a welcome letter for the interview. I was supposed to have an interview in Jerusalem, but then the war started in October in Israel, and the American embassy stopped issuing visas, and I had to transfer my case to Brussels. So I don't know how much time it would take for me if I would still go with Jerusalem embassy, but I transferred my case to Brussels. It took 2 months, which is okay because it was supposed to be like this. So in the middle of January, they let me to schedule my interview in the embassy. And in the middle of February, I got my interview. How much costed all the fees? So total it was $800, but I want to warn you that fee will increase after the 1st of April. So if you want to apply for visa, better do it before the 1st of April 2024, because I heard that it will be a big increase, but I don't know how much exactly. So how to start, how to apply for fiancé visa? Firstly, an American citizen has to send a petition, form I-129, with some proofs of your relationship. It can be photos together, and also they prefer not only selfies, but they prefer you around different people, more live photos, not just selfies at home. And also we added a letter of father of my fiance, that he knows that we have relationship, and also letter of my mom that she knows about us, and one more friend. Letter of one more friend that he knows about our relationship. So they just wrote that they know us, how long they know us, and they also wrote their contact information. Nobody contacted anyone, but people who write a letter that they know about your relationship should also give their contact information. So since that, you have to wait for really, really long time. In our case, we waited 13 months for any news, because basically just in a couple of months they sent us a letter that they got our petition, and that's it. By the way, we gave them an address for mailing. We gave American address of my fiance's parents, because lawyer told us that it can take longer for them to mail something abroad. So if you have an address in the US, better give them that address in the US. So I recommend to go to website of USCIS. I will give a link below where you can check the status of your case. This is very helpful, and I wouldn't say that it's helpful, but it's kind of relief that you can see and track the status online. So as I said before, in 13 months, almost 14 months, USCIS said, okay, great, we accept your case, give us more proofs. I said about it. Then I needed to transfer my case, as I said, because of the war in Israel. I chose Brussels. Why Brussels? Actually, you should give them a reason. Like, I had obvious reason. Embassy in Jerusalem didn't issue any visas. But you should know that you can actually transfer your case if in your embassy is very long wait for the interview, if it's very busy embassy. It's actually possible. You also should give a reason why you do it in that exact another embassy. For example, why I chose Brussels, not anything else. Because I have an uncle living in Luxembourg, it was a good reason for them, so that I stayed with my uncle in Luxembourg. It's close to Brussels. That's why I chose Brussels. So you should know that you can actually transfer your case if you want to in another city, but you should find a reason for them. You also should know that USCIS can ask you for more requests one more time. They actually cannot ask you at all for any evidences, which happens very, very rare. Usually they ask at least once for more evidence. Maybe they can ask you for more documents. We submitted, besides photos of us together in different places, we also added a lease, rent lease, where my fiance's name and my name. Also, we added 3 letters of our friends that they are aware of our relationship. Also, it's good if some friends will be Americans. If you have a joint bank account, definitely add it to your case. So besides photos, they want some like real documents that show connection between you. For example, we also added flight tickets, different travel bookings and stuff like this. USCIS can request one more time for more evidences or stuff like this. Maybe not, but you shouldn't worry. It's completely fine if they ask you for more evidences. After USCIS approves your case, so it happened in August 2023 with me, they should send you a welcome letter, and only after that you can schedule the interview. Sometimes to wait for a welcome letter also can take a lot of time, because you see, in August they approved my case. And I was waiting for my welcome letter for a really long time, so I got it in the middle of January. But again, I had a transfer of my case. But by October, for example, I didn't have any welcome letter. So it's been 2 months as my case was approved, and I didn't get any welcome letter. But only after I transferred my case to Brussels, in 2 months, I got welcome letter and scheduled my interview. Before scheduling your interview, you should fill form DS-160, and after that, system will let you to schedule the interview. About the interview, I want to talk in the next video. It will be part 2 because interview deserves the whole one video. And if you have any questions, you can write them in a comment. Maybe I will know the answer. And good luck! I hope I explained everything clearly. Maybe it was too chaotic. I don't know. But anyway, thank you for watching. I hope that I helped anyone. And if you have any questions, I will be happy to answer if I know the answer.